What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thrift here once again with another Slayer guide for you. We are going to be talking about how you level up in NGS. The biggest problem you will face is acquiring the battle power for each story mission. In order to progress to the higher level zones, you must complete these story missions. Luckily, leveling up improves your battle power, and so does upgrading your gear. Be sure to check out my Slayer weapons and unit guides for quick and easy tips on how to improve your battle power even further. There are two major ways we will be using to level up effectively: yellow triggers and combat sectors. Throughout your time in game, you will be bouncing between these two types of content. First, we have those yellow triggers. These give massive EXP for just a couple minutes worth of effort and also provide gold prim armors and swords that are very useful for enhancing gear. Each region of Halpha has their own yellow trigger, and some of these have a second rank, requiring more battle power but yielding better experience and loot. To access a yellow trigger, they require 5 common yellow triggers per run, which drop from enemies in combat sectors, or you can purchase them in the personal shop. Combat sectors are an 8-person zone that inhabits a high density of monsters. These zones also have a PSE gauge that can increase and decrease as you defeat enemies. Once this gauge reaches level 5, you will experience a PSE burst, which is a 90-second event that constantly respawns monsters in the PSE burst location. For specific details on this system, please refer to my PSE guide. You can click on the info card in the top right of the video, as well as the description box below. And don't forget to grab Leah May's tasks. By accomplishing these dailies, there is also a weekly mission associated with that. For the remainder of the video, I will have all of the battle power ranges I'm discussing timestamped, so check out the battle power range you need assistance with. Beginning your journey in NGS, follow the story missions. Once you reach Vanford Laboratory Ruins, take about 30 minutes to 1 hour here and train with others. This combat sector is the smallest of the 3 in Aleo, therefore requiring less movement from one enemy group to the next. Go ahead and use the Ryuka device to search for other rooms in the same sector and rank to try to find others training as well. Not only is it easier to defeat these enemies in a group, but being in a party gives extra EXP, rare drop, and Meseta earned. Keep doing the story missions when they're available and leveling in these combat sectors for EXP until you reach 1081 battle power. At 1081 battle power, rank 1 Aleo yellow triggers will become accessible. Try to find 3 other players to run these triggers with. These runs will cost 5 common yellows per run, but it only requires the party leader to pay that cost, so you can split this cost between the other group members by changing the party leader after each run. I recommend doing the rank 1 Aleo yellow trigger until you have access to the Retem story missions. This will give you a ton of gold prim armors and weapons to enhance your current gear and get more battle power. Once you're in Retem, your new best friend, Retem Al-Noth, becomes available. This combat sector is much smaller than others and has many great PSE burst locations. These monsters are level 20, and I recommend farming until about level 26. This is really good EXP and great Meseta that will help you fund future gear. You can also start doing rank 1 Retem yellow trigger runs at 1474 battle power. I would still prioritize Retem Al-Noth farming, but if you need a change of pace, this option is here for you. The second rank of Retem Al-Noth is accessible at 1633 battle power. Focus on training here for even better experience per hour. At 1759 battle power, you have access to rank 2 Aleo yellow triggers. This is really good EXP in a group of 4, and I highly recommend power leveling here with a full party. Continue to do those yellow trigger runs until you have 1869 battle power, when rank 3 Retem Al-Noth becomes accessible. As a friendly reminder, I am only recommending Retem Al-Noth but be sure to check all combat sectors within your level range. You can hover over any zone and check the battle power requirement, check the Ryuker once you're there, and see if there's any other rooms of people to train with. There's also a bunch of one-time quests available in each region. Feel free to break up the grind with some of these. It may not be the fastest leveling, but it can provide a much needed break from what you've been doing. At 2049 battle power, rank 2 of the Retem yellow triggers are available, and I recommend running these. As an alternative training spot, you can go into Kavaris and train at either the Belogana Ruins combat sector at 1898 battle power or the Lost Central combat sector at 2049 battle power. I would still recommend farming at the highest rank Retem Alnoth combat sector that you have access to. Once you're at 2416 battle power, you'll have access to the Kavaris yellow triggers. Focus on these until you have 2647 battle power, and then you can begin the Stia story missions. Once you've reached Stia, you will have a side mission from Gaiden to visit Lydia. This side quest will net you 20 million EXP. This is a completely optional quest to redeem. If you haven't completed this quest already, I would wait to use this until you have selected the main class and subclass you wish to level. 20 million EXP will get you from level 1 to over level 40 instantly. Otherwise, use it on your current class you're leveling and you'll be instantly leveled to the mid or high level 60s. There are a bunch of places to level once you're in Stia. The first location you'll access is Dex Base. Train here until you can unlock the Drayson plant through story missions. Drayson plant is pretty cool. It has a roaming group of monsters called Gigas Recons that are incredible EXP. It's about 200,000 or more per clear of these monsters. These recon groups respawn every couple minutes, so you can farm these quite efficiently. This zone can host 32 people, and it's very likely you'll find a room with many people training through the Ryuker room transfer function. You can check out my Drayson plant video if you wish to know more about this farm. I'll have the link in the description box below. Once you're at 2878 battle power, Stia yellow triggers become available. This yellow trigger is unlike others because of the exploding barrels that are made available through the zone. These instantly clear any monster in the vicinity of the explosion. What this means for you is you can solo this very easily without the need of good gear. I definitely recommend utilizing this yellow trigger to get to 70 and to level other classes. As a pro tip, subclasses get 50% of all EXP your main class acquires. So for all of you soon-to-be Slayer mains, you can make Slayer your subclass and main class whatever class has enough battle power to access Stia yellow triggers. Do these yellow triggers until you have enough battle power to run Stia yellow as a Slayer main class. This will power level that Slayer class extremely quickly. You also have the Noisen plant available. This may not be the best EXP, but this is the only area to earn Arms Refiner 2s for limit breaking higher rarity gear. I would recommend spending some time here, and you may get some levels in the process. You can check out my Noisen plant farming video for the fastest Arms Refiner 2 farming strategy in the description box below. As a final note, we do have that NGS 2nd anniversary event beginning on April 19th, which will have a limited time quest with multiple ranks accommodating all levels, so you can also look into utilizing this quest once the 19th of April drops. And that's going to be it for the leveling guide right now. Let me know in the comments down below, did you do anything different while leveling up yourself? I would love to hear from each and every one of you. I'm looking forward to seeing you all leveling up during that Slayer release, and I'll see you all in the next video real soon. Click on this video right here to be sent to a playlist with all of my Slayer guides. And don't forget to subscribe to be notified of any future YouTube updates I make on the channel.